Excited to welcome back to KPFA Studios Al Young. In fact, when I was told that he had arrived, I was told that Poet Laureate Al Young was here, even though he is not the California Poet Laureate currently, but I guess it's like being a congressperson, that you get that title for forever or something like that. So do you feel like you're going to be Poet Laureate forever?
Of course. Bless you, Andrea. Old jazz heads will recognize that at once as being Sonny Rollins' immortal variation on George Gershwin's I Got Rhythm. He called it Oleo. Martin Luther King Jr. said something that struck me years ago. You can talk all you want about guns and butter, but if you spend all the money we've spent on guns, you won't even have money for good oleo. Now, there are probably some in here who don't know what oleo is. It was quasi-butter. I think the oleo that Sonny Rollins was referring to is the oleo that you get in musical terms, where it's an opening to something that's going to be very beautiful. I deliberately opened up that way because one of the artists that Andrea loved, and in fact she used one of his recordings as her theme song, her signature, musical signature on Morning Sedition, interesting. It was Miles Davis, who made, with John Coltrane, a very famous recording of Sonny Rollins' Oleo. I think of packages when I think of Andrea. First I'll tell you a couple of very quick stories. At that very interview, which took place 7 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I was raring to go, and I told Andrea I wanted to meet everybody, after the interview, because I hear all these voices, and I wanted to see the people who were attached to these voices. And so Andrea led me out of the studio, and she led me upstairs to meet all these people who were recoiling. They were horrified, because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. You don't want to be seen. One of the reasons you're in radio is that and Andrea said, "This is Al Young, and he wants to meet everyone." And they all grudgingly, put on a smile and put their hands out. But she's the only one who could have engineered that. No one else could have. The last time we were on air was around Valentine's Day of, it's still 2009, this year. And it was a time when I was recording for KPFA some promos for a Valentine's Day celebration that the station underwrote at King Middle School. And Andrea was more or less producing these with me, and she would always say things with a big warm voice and smile, like, "Oh, Al, I just love being around you. Your voice just makes me feel that everything's going to be okay. I'm grounded when I hear that, those deep tones of yours." Then she'd pause and she'd say, "Now, Al, you're going to have to read this a little bit faster." That was the Andrea that we're finding out about. I'm joined by Jazz Sawyer, whom you heard a little earlier in the musical tribute. And this is a brand new poem. I've never written it before. I don't know how it sounds. Never read it before, I should say. That's like people are dying today who never died before. It's called Away, Away, Away. What does it mean? in memory of Andrea Lewis, 1957 to 2009. I should also mention, before I read the poem, that we share another legacy. That is, Andrea and I are both Detroiters. And so it doesn't surprise me at all that she was able to accomplish so much in her relatively brief life. I went to high school with people like Smokey Robinson, Aretha Franklin, Lily Tomlin, the list can go, Frida Payne, the list goes on and on. And people from Detroit just get up and do stuff. Believe I want to play the harp, you know, that kind of thing. One of the toughest instruments out. Away, away, away. What does it mean in memory of Andrea Lewis, 1957 to 2009? With no away, you can't get lost or drown. You can't just disappear. You're trapped right here. This sticky, spidery web still holds its own. What does it mean when we think far or near? What do we do when we throw stuff away? What happens when we flush? What follows what? The other ends of dreams unfold. You stay in place right where you are. Yes, you stay put. Or so you think. Imagine how the sun felt back in feudal days, when we assumed our earth was flat. Imagine everyone asleep in such belief. What insight bloomed, what twilight rose to open people's eyes. I'm up here moving, folks, the sun might feel. How long before you Christians realize there's more than gold that shines? Light shines for real. And where does sunlight go? What does it do? Light feeds each breath we take. Light circulates, and in its round and round produces you and me and everything that jumps or waits. Away, away, away. What does it mean? To fly away means sailing out of sight. But who or what is racing from whose scene? Perspective reigns. Day does not know it's night. Bless you, Andrea.
Youth Outlook documents current events and issues going on in your community. For more information, go to youthoutlook.org.